Hello and welcome to question 5 of the Prelim 2024. Open the 5 top 50 database. So we have that here. Open the table 5.1 in datasheet view and edit it as follows. 5.1, you can just double click. This is datasheet view. Freeze the title field in the table. This is the title field. You can right click and freeze. Basically, this just puts it in right in the front. Save and work in design view. Right, let's save. And now we can work in design view. Change the property of the author field to allow for duplicate values. The author, if you look under indexed, yes, duplicates, okay. This will allow duplicate values. 5.1.3, create an input mask for the code field so that when a new record is entered, it will display as follows. 3 compulsory numbers followed by the dash sign, followed by the first 4 letters of the author. Some authors' names only consist of 3 letters. Only the first letter must be a capital letter. Right, this is a full 5 marks which you can get. Let's start with the 3 compulsory numbers. You know that the 3 compulsory numbers are 000. Digit, entry required. So your 3 compulsory numbers are, in your input mask, 000. Okay, the next criteria we want, the dash sign. Any literal sign that you want, you just put it in with inverted commas, dash, and then you close inverted commas. Then the next part, the first 4 letters of the author. Some authors' names only consist of 3 letters. This means you can have 4 letters or you can have 3 letters. But before the 3 or 4 letters, you can see that we still have 2 numbers after the dash, and we have 1 number after the dash, and we have 1 number after the dash, meaning 1 is compulsory, 1 number is compulsory, and the other one is optional. Right, then we have 4 letters, but also these 4 letters could be 4, they could be 4, or they could be 3 letters. Meaning 3 letters are compulsory and the 4th one is optional. So let's go down to our input mask. Our input mask character sheet. Our compulsory letters is an L, and our optional letter or digit, entry required, letter, entry optional. So our optional letter is a question mark. So we are going to put 3 of these and 1 of this. So we put greater than L because they also said that the first letter must be capital. Then we put less than LL and a question mark. So there we have compulsory 3 letters and optional 1 letter, and the first letter is capital. Okay, let's go back to the next question. (5.1.4) Add a validation rule and appropriate text to the date published field to ensure that only dates from 1st of April 1993 to the 31st of October 2023 will be entered. Now, you must remember that there's 2 ways of doing this. You can either use between, so you say between the 1st of April 1993 and 31st of October 2023, or you can say greater than equal to this and less than equal to this, whichever one you find easier. Also remember your dates. You always quote a date with hashes. You can do the same thing by saying greater than, equal to, and less than, equal to. It's still the same rule applies. Okay, they didn't ask for a validation. They did, an appropriate validation text. So you need to say something with regard to this. You have to be accurate. So only enter dates between 1 April 1993 and 31 also want you to have a look at the dates. The October is the 10th month, but April is not the 4th month. Access likes to use the month first. So what is it doing now? It's saying the 4th of January. So we need to change this to the 4th month and the first day. Right, this works. Then let us move on to 5.2. Create a form called 5_2 that is based on the table titles, table data by looking at the following example. The position of the image might differ from the example below. So you need to create a form that looks like this, and you are going to follow these bullets as well. Add the 5 books image as a background. Change the genre field to a combo box. This genre, we need to change it to a combo box using the genre table, and ensure that the biography appears as an option in the combo box. This means if you are going to add the genre table as a combo box and you want to add an option, you need to go and edit that table. So let's go to the genre table first of all. Let's go to the genre table, and they want biography to appear here. And we save that. Then we go to create form wizard. Form wizard, we select the table titles. Let's look at our fields that we need: title, author, genre, rank, Amazon rating, ISBN. And finish. Okay, then we go to design view. We need to make sure that the genre field is a combo box using the genre table. So we go to the genre field. Currently, it is a text box. So you can right click, change to combo box. And you can see it's already a table or query. So we select our genre table or query. Now you'll see that when I change this to form view, there's my entire list and biography is included as well. Okay, let's go back to design view. The other thing we need is the 5 books image as a background. So if I want a background, I need to increase this length here, and then I can browse, insert image and browse, and you look for it on your desktop under your folder 5 books, and then you can just draw it according to what you see in your exam. And if you look here, it is appearing behind the text, so we can increase the length here and just say right click and position to the back. Okay, let's see our form, and there it is. All right, then what do we save it as? Form 5.2. You just need to rename it. Okay, I've got 2 forms here, but that doesn't matter. Just rename it to 5_2 form FRM 5 Okay, let's open the query 5.3, which is based on table titles. Display a list of all the romance and thriller books with an Amazon rating of higher than 4.1, where the price per book is between 200 and 300 inclusive. Only the current fields should display. Sure, that is a mouthful. We want all of the romance and the thriller books with an Amazon rating. So if they say with an Amazon rating, this means it's an and between the criteria. So we are going to put it on the same line in the criteria with an Amazon rating of higher than 4.1. So this is just going to be a greater than 4.1. We cannot say greater than equal to because we are not including the 4.1. Where the price per book, again, if you can see, this is inclusive, or rather it is all of these criteria should be valid. So it's also an and, it's going to be on the same line. Where the price per book is between 200 and 300. Okay, let's do that. Let's go to 5.3. Our genre should be romance and thriller, or in this case we need to put an O here, but you should also look at your table just to make sure that you are entering the correct spelling. So we've got romance, we've got thriller. So let's put romance or thriller. Okay, next thing, with the Amazon rating of higher than 4.1, there's no rating here, so you need to add in the rating, or is it the rank? Just check your table and make sure, no, it's not rank, it's Amazon rating. So you need to add an Amazon rating here. Amazon rating, as I'm saying, we're putting it on the same line because it must follow both of these conditions. Higher than, so we put greater than 4.1. And where the price per book, this is the price, between 200 and 300 inclusive. So you can even just use between 200 and 300. We do not put the R because it's format, so it's already there as currency. Right, there we go. That's your 4 marks. But the question also says that only the current fields should display. So you have to remove this from show. Right, and that's done. We can save this. Okay, let's go to the next query. Open query 5.4 based on the table titles in design view. Modify the query to display as the example below. As soon as you see this and you see this, you should already know that this is a group. You're going to add a group on this. So we say design view, and you need to select totals so that we have a group. Right, we need to group by the genre. The price has to be average and the rank has to be max. This is actually one of the easiest queries that you would do. So we are grouping by genre. The price has to be average and the rank has to be max. And you run. Pretty straightforward and simple. My computer is not set to rands. I just need to change that. But besides that, it's all good. Question 5.5, open the query 5.5. Management decided to have a discount on all the books that was published on or after 2022-06-30. On or after. This is where I want you to use a highlighter. When you see on or after, you know that this is greater than or equal to. You cannot just put a greater than, it's including this date. You only need to pay 75% of the price of the book For books published before the 30th of June, you still need to pay the full price. Insert a calculated field called new price to calculate the price of the book by taking the published date into account. Tip: use the if function. Now you must remember in Access, your if function is IIF. It's not just IF. So basically, if the date published is greater than or equal to this, then we should calculate 75% of the price, or else it should just be the price. So we are going to name this field new price. Colon and space. You can also just use a builder. It's just easier. This is like your FX in Excel. We use the builder. All right. So we are going to say if, which is IIF, open bracket. If, now your condition is that if the date published is greater than or equal to, and again we quote a date with hashes, 30th of June 2022, and the hash, comma, value if true. What should happen if the value is true? We are calculating 75% of the price. So we say, or rather we're giving a 75% of the price. So we say 75 divided by 100 multiplied by the price, comma, value if false, or your false part. If it does not adhere to this condition, then you are just going to put in the price, and then we close the bracket. Okay, let's run. And you can see that because this was in July, this price has been reduced. But because this was in May, this price has remained the same. Okay, go back to 5.4. You will see that this, in this question, you will see that this is sorted. So you have to make sure that you sort that as well. Let's go back to this one. We are going to sort it in descending order. And now this looks like this one here. Please make sure you look at it carefully. Let's move on to 5.6. Open the report 5.6 based on table titles. Insert a function to display the average Amazon rating per game. A quick reminder again, in Access, we do not use average. We don't use the full function average. We use AVG. Let's go to the report. Okay, let us add the function. Remember, if you want to add a function or a calculation, we use a text box. If you just want to add text, we use a label. Text box for functions or calculations. Now I have to add that in the, because remember I want the average Amazon rating per genre. As soon as you see per genre, I want you to highlight this in your exam. Per genre, meaning we don't put it in the page header, we put it in the genre header. And as you can see, there's a genre header here because it was grouped on genre. So let's add this here. And we want equal to AVG, open round bracket, open square bracket of the Amazon rating. Amazon rating is here, so let's type that in. Amazon rating, it does not have a space in between, square bracket, round bracket. Rating right, let's run, and it gives us the average rating. It doesn't ask you for any decimal places. But if it did ask for a specific number of decimal places, you can just double click or go to the property sheet and you go into the format and you can make this fixed, and you say how many decimal places you want. If you want 0, let's see, our decimal places are removed. Okay. Next thing we need to add is a conditional formatting. It works almost the same as the Excel. We are adding a conditional formatting to the pages field to shade all books that have less than 350 pages in any color of your choice. So you must go into the details section and we go to format. You select pages. We say conditional formatting, new rule. We want the field value less than 350 and a shading of any color of your choice. Say okay, apply. Okay, let us change the view. Everything under 350 is highlighted. All right, that's it for today. I wish you all the best.